Hello guys, my name is JP and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Uh, Jebediah has got himself into quite a situation here. This plane was not meant to go to space, and yet here it is in space. This was just I guess a simple design, just a plane. Somehow he got this thing to get into space. I don't have any idea how. It's not meant to be a space plane, but okay. Let's bring you home. Now, how far does he have to go down until he hits enough atmosphere to turn the engine back on? That's the question. Probably about here on the thing. I'm not really sure. I don't play the game all super technical. I just kind of play the game. I'm good with planes though. Oh, there's some air. Okay. We can probably turn the thing back on now. Yes, we can. Jet engine thrust on. Ooh, it's spooling up really fast. And we have power. Now, I have no idea where there's land because I can't see crap. And I'm not entirely sure that I feel like... I mean, that looks like land because it's like a bump on the horizon. Wait, there's land. I see it. Sort of. I hate trying to land this thing in the dark. I mean, you can see it, but you can't see it. It does look like land, though, so I guess I'll go down. Oop, oop, that's not good. It does not like that. There, everything's fine. I have no idea where the ground is, by the way. We're going kind of fast. Yeah, I finally turned up my graphics a bit, because I realized the game runs really well for me no matter what, and I'm not even using the 64-bit version this time. It's kind of scary looking. So where is the ground? Because this cockpit doesn't have the instruments. Like, I guess they just never finished it. So I can't check the ground radar. I think I see ocean again. Maybe it would help if I turn off the engine. I mean, I'll see the ground eventually, right? I'm not just gonna like slam into it. I know I don't have actual lights on it, but I do have the landing gear lights. It's supposed to work. Ooh, look, the moon. It kind of does look like a Death Star from here. This doesn't really work, by the way, if you stick the intakes on the edge of the wings like this. I was like, I wonder if that'll work. It doesn't really work. They get like no surface area like that. They actually have to be pointing forward to work properly. There's the round. Ooh. Am I landing uphill again? I hate when I do that. Where am I? Where am I? I can't tell how high up I am. It's kind of scary. I can't tell if I'm like 5 inches off the ground or a mile off the ground. Did I just land? I did land. God. Apparently I'm landing downhill, by the way, so that's safer, I guess. Okay then, that was completely random. I started at the game and that's where it was. I was still in the middle of a flight when I logged off, or when I exited the game last. Anyways, if anybody saw the last video, I do have some... I was working on some VTOL designs again. Oh, I'm curious as to what this is. It says it's... I've been working on some VTOL designs, and so far this is looking like it's the best one so far. So far, it's looking like it's the best one so far. Those are some high-quality English skills there. The only things this thing needed was... I still need to connect the... Where is it? The fuel from this thing to these. That did not work. So that the vertical engines have more fuel. And other than that, I think it looked pretty good. Yeah, this one is complete, I want to say. So now we can start working on other designs. I tried making a bomber, as you may have saw last time. Why did I press new? There was a missile test. I think it ended up being a bomb test. And there was one I named like really stupid or something. High speed plane was one. Such an original name. I think missile test was the one I'd been working on as well. Yeah, this is one of the ones I showed last time. It has the cargo bay with the little thingy inside. Now, in theory, this thing is supposed to shoot itself out like it's super thrust limited to almost nothing. It's supposed to launch itself out and then fire forward. Or, well, at the same time anyway, because you can't time the deployment of the engines. But this is also supposed to function as a space plane, which still needs some work. Because that's the ideal situation now, is that with all these extra parts, the new parts, you should actually be able to make a functioning like cargo space plane. Which I still find a little bit hard to believe, because that is the ultimate goal of Kerbal Space Program for most people. It's like, you can build a shuttle, but good luck getting anything out there with it. So supposedly the cargo bays are going to help, but we'll see about that. Let's see. Ion-powered space probe. Let's look at that. It is a tiny little probe. I swear that looks like something I designed. But I wouldn't go with these. I would go with solar panels. Why would you stick RTGs on that? That would waste so much more power. Let's see. Like, how much do these weigh? 0.8? Everything weighs less than that. I can even stick the fancy solar panels on it. 0.08, right? Yeah. So I can't stick the big ones on it, but you can stick these little ones. It's like that. And it is ion powered, so let's see. It has the one xenon canister. It has I think it's a gravioli detector, and a thermometer, an accelerometer, and a thermometer. Interesting choice of stuff there. Stuck a gravioli detector on it. Oh, it already had one. Okay. Oh no, that's because I just... Never mind. So I did that. I don't know about you, but I like slamming my probes into atmospheres and getting barometer readings. Which batteries is it using? Is it using the Z100s? Let's stick Z1000s and a Z200. What is up with this thing? Where is it? It's this little one. How come these never connect properly? Like, seriously, there's one job to do. Ah, this game sometimes. How come it'll connect there but not to the battery? Whatever, I'll put the battery on the bottom then. It's all the same to me. Such a picky game sometimes. But a Z200 there, that's already more power than these two are providing. Although it is double the weight, so I guess it's a trade-off. Same thing. But I'm tempted to stick on a couple of these as well. Because I mean, if it's an ion engine, it's going to waste a lot of power, even in the, especially in the dark. Those are gigantic, though. I guess we'll put these back. At least like that has double power. So I guess we'll go ahead and try sending this thing up. Can't imagine it's a very difficult task. It's like the simplest, tiniest probe I've ever seen. So advanced grabbing unit. Is there a regular grabbing unit? I don't see one. Cargo bay, crew cabin, inline clampotron. Let's see. How do we want to launch this thing? We definitely need a separator. Should probably zoom out a little bit so I can tell what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and... I don't know, how big do I want to make this thing that I'm going to launch it on? Do I need to make it ridiculous? Let's see. I'm gonna stick it on top of one of these. That's like the universal upper stage with maybe some RCS on it. Go ahead and get a decoupler. Wrong size. And what do I want on the bottom? Go big or go home? Let's see. I know what I want. I want the biggest, craziest looking thing you've ever seen to launch one tiny little satellite. It's so big it doesn't fit on the screen. This little thing is going to be launched so fast. Get into orbit at sea level. That'll scare people. I think this is the strongest one. And then we don't just want those, of course. We also obviously need more boosters. It's the Kerbal Space Program motto. If it's not working, you need more boosters and probably more struts. Especially the struts. Go ahead and move these down a bit. Oop, that is wrong. Great. Screwed that up. But yes, more boosters, more struts. It's a little better. Also sticking some of these on here. Just to hopefully try to control this crazy thing. Where is the struts? Thank you, struts. Connect to the top of these things so we don't all die. I guess for the sake of controlling this thing inside an atmosphere, I should go away. Go. Put some of these on here. And of course we need to add launchy thingies. Launchy thingies. That's so scientific. And there we have it. The most overdone thing I've ever built. All this power to launch one tiny little thing. I'm probably wasting most of that power just launching all the fuel to launch the thing. So we'll see. I could probably just have done it with just the one little... Like I said, it's Kerbal Space Program. You either go big or you go home. Or you explode on a launch pad. But this is mostly just part of my attempt to reacquaint myself with going to space. It's been such a long time. SAS. We probably don't need that much power to get off the pad. Yes, we do. Almost exactly that much power. And we're on the way. Pretty standard stuff. These don't seem to generate power, which I wish I'd known beforehand. I probably should have looked at that. Go ahead and stage this a little bit better. Well, I guess this can go here still. I know once the main engine kicks in, we'll have power again, so it's just not that bad. Go ahead and do an early turn, since this thing has so much power. Speed is alright. Just maybe go a little bit faster. But we'll see how fast it ends up going on its own. It's still accelerating even though I'm only at a little under half power. Because obviously as all this fuel drains out, it loses weight and is able to go faster. Pretty simple stuff. These boosters are actually a little bit better than I expected. Because I know they're a controllable booster, that's why I picked them. Liquid fuel boosters instead of rocket boosters. I should check my alarm thing here. I have to leave for a job interview in about 20 minutes. That's completely unrelated. And boosters out. Ooh, that was close. Did anything break? No, it looks fine. That was scary. Which am I facing? Oh my god. That's why I'm not supposed to rotate. Okay, we'll go to 45 degrees, or just about. Bring the power down a little bit because it's overheating. It's a really powerful engine. 3,000 thrust. Holy hell. Not very efficient though, that's pretty bad. This thing already saying orbit? Hold on, I need to check that. Ooh. Okay, yeah, it's already saying space. I guess anywhere is fine, so that's as good a orbit as any, I suppose. Definitely not efficient, but when's the last time I played for efficiency? 148, 158. That'll do. Wants me to go to here. Burn for 21 seconds in about 3 minutes. I think I can do that. Not that rusty. God, we're already out in space. That was really fast. I thought I was kind of kidding about this thing getting up there really fast, but no, this thing's super serious. Realistically, we want to start burning at like 15 seconds to compensate for the fact that the throttle up time, it takes a second. It's not instant. Although I think they added a keybind for that. I'm not sure. Let's keep an eye on this. Not bad. 170, 145. Okay, that's actually pretty bad, but still. Okay, we could probably go to the moon with this power, because this thing still has a lot of fuel left. Not to mention the upper stage. So that was a waste of a couple of stages. Now I'm not sure what to do. I'm tempted. No thanks. Let's just go. So long, crap stages. We don't need you anymore. Let's go ahead and release the solar panels to get this thing charged up. And we have power. Perfect. Oh, turn the other way. Thank you. Let's go ahead and rotate so you can get the sunlight. Is it perfectly blocked by that stupid thing? It is. Oh yeah, it points to where it is now. It's so weird. Reading power again? Okay. That's really weird to see the shadow on it like that. So we have our little satellite dish pretty much. Go ahead and extend that. Have it all fancy looking. And there you have it. We have a satellite. While gravity data, of course, it doesn't do a damn thing. Temperature data. Keep it. Display. Well, I guess. Yeah, that's stupid. And accelerometer data. Can't be done. Okay. Actually, I don't think that can be done unless I'm on the surface or something, so it's probably pretty pointless to have it on here. But this is a good chance to go ahead and test how much power it'll take to transmit. Because I have been out of the game for that long. Yeah, it takes a lot of power. Like, it just drained 400 power and barely did anything. So that's worrying. And even now, it's barely doing anything. Like, it's trying, but it's going really slow. Realistically, what I need to remember to do is to lock the power usage for the probe itself to make sure that it's not accidentally drained. Especially if I'm on the dark side of a planet, or if I have the engine on. Because that will end you. Like, if the probe dies, that'll do it. You are no bueno. So let's try out the engine and see if that will work with the amount of power we have. I guess let's go to a higher orbit a little bit. Go ahead and rotate back the other way. Let's give these solar panels a second. Ooh, nope, we lost the sun. So let's bring this sucker around. And sunlight. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's go for a little bit of higher in orbit. Go ahead and burn at 45-degree angle to the plane. I'm just saying words, I don't actually know what I'm doing. Go ahead and rotate over so that the solar panels can get full power. They provide a little bit under 3.5 power when they're full powered, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this thing still burns out 4.7 power a second while fully throttled up. Although it does seem like it had a massive amount of effect, because I was at the just about at the apoapsis before. Now it's periapsis. It went up by about 30,000 meters. So that's a pretty efficient little probe design. I mean, it doesn't need the barometer or the seismometer, seismograph, seismic accelerometer. Jesus, it doesn't need either one of those, so we can save a little bit of weight. It can probably do without the battery, or maybe the side batteries, because it doesn't look like it did much help, honestly. You could probably limit the thrust on this thing if you really wanted to. The fuel is obviously super efficient, but I don't know how long that would actually last. But yeah, it's a decent stock probe. And that's usually about what I end up making as far as little probes go. But anyways, it's a successful first run back into space with a stock probe. I actually feel a little bit more confident now, because I saw how little, well, I don't want to say how little power it took, but now I have a better idea of the scale of how much power it takes to get something back into orbit, because I don't use the new parts a whole lot, especially not the new rocket parts, the NASA parts from the asteroid missions. I haven't used those a whole lot, so I wasn't really familiar with them. But now I think I have a feeling for it. It looks like something with that main engine and the 4 boosters can probably get a decent-sized rover into orbit, and probably out by the moon. It might need a second booster stage on the orbital stage, like a kind of like an orbital insertion booster burn. But that's just my own thing. I'm kind of nuts about that. Like, I will use solid rocket boosters in space just because I can. So I'm a crazy person. But anyways, that will do it for today. We've made it back into space with a tiny little probe. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you will continue to watch while I try to get myself more acquainted with the newer workings of Kerbal Space Program. My goal is to visit another planet, because I've still never actually landed on another planet in Kerbal Space Program. I know that's like everybody's saying. It's like, oh yeah, I've been to like Jewel and Elu and Bop, and it's like, yeah, I can't even barely get to the moon most of the time. I think I've only ever landed on, what's the second one? The second moon here. There's Moon, and I think it's Minmus. Yeah, Minmus. I've only ever landed on there once, and it was an accident. Like, I was just going out, like I was just shooting out into space with a solid rocket booster, and it actually hit both orbits in a slingshot trajectory. I had the chance to land on Minmus, so I did. Also, I've never actually visited other places without having to use some kind of warp mod, like what was that one I was using? It was the warp jump thing, and then KSP Interstellar, the warp engine mod that doesn't work anymore. So yeah, it's been a while, much less in stock. But like I said, that'll do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. My name is JP, and I will see you next time with more Kerbal Space Program.